Hello, a big welcome to this channel. My name is the truly inspiring Nyamiche Boasin, and in this video I'll be talking to you about Manchester City 4, West Ham 1. So if you're interested, let's get started now, guys. So I'll take you through the lineup for the game. Ortega was imposed, and then Manchester City had Akanji, Nathan Ake, Josko Vardio. For about 11 weeks now, Manchester City do not have a standing or a straight 11. Normally, for their defense, it's going to be Akanji or Ruben Dias. But this time we had Akanji back, Nathan Ake back, and then Vardio. We also have to know that this is a team that's been plagued with a lot of injuries. Manchester City have been struggling a lot. That's why they don't really have a strong or a starting 11 and also a starting back four. And then we must also know that Kyle Walker was dropped for the game. So it was Rico Lewis, Kovacic in the middle of the pack, and then Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, and then Bernardo Silva, Savinho, who had 2 assists in the game, Haaland, who scored 2 goals and was a 9.0 rating for Manchester City. It was really a game that Manchester City played and wasn't really convincing, but they found a way to get the maximum 3 points. Let me get into the game and tell you what I learned from the game. And I really think that it's a game that you really have to watch to understand what's really happening. The scoreline is something that is a bit deceptive, because West Ham could have probably scored like 1 or 2 in the starting of the game, but they couldn't get their chances. Mohamed Kudus was doing very, very well, beating Josko Vardio on the counter, beating him on the dribble, but wasn't able to bury the chances. And when Manchester City got their groove on, they finally got the opener from Erling Haaland. I think Savinho scored the first goal for Manchester City, and it was really interesting for Manchester City. And I think that for now, Manchester City are going back on a back-to-back streak, because they've gotten 2 wins on the bounce. And that's what really happens when we enter into January. And I mean, they've not lost, I think, for the last 4 games or so. I think the last time they lost was the game against Juventus, when they lost 2-0. They are doing well now. The thing about West Ham is like, West Ham is one of the best sides in the English Premier League when you look at their squad depth, when you look at the quality of players they have. When their director Tim Staden took over the West Ham team, he said he wanted a coach that would play progressive brand of football. He wanted a coach that would make sure that the team plays not defensive football. And they sacked their best coach in David Moyes to get in Julian Lopetegui. You must know that Julian Lopetegui was a coach that played for that coach Real Madrid in the past, that has coached the Spanish national team, and has a really good caliber of CV. But I think that some way, somehow, he has all these kind of players. He has Lucas Paqueta, he has Bowen, he has Mohamed Kudus, he has Vladimir Koufal, he has a lot of players. He has Areola, he has Jean-Claude Todibo, and still is not able to get a win. Something that I look at him and I'm like, wow. He lost 4-0 against Liverpool, and he's lost 4-1 against Manchester City. That's like a score of 8-1 in just 2 games. I think that he will get sacked eventually, because if you have this pool of players, Mohamed Kudus is an 85 million pound player. Lucas Paqueta is like a 50 million pound player. You have players. You have Edson Alvarez. You have Nicolas Fulkrug, and you are not able to get in a win. You're not able to try and get wins, and you are conceding goals like you are Southampton. You are conceding goals like you are Leicester. You have a pool of players, but you're not able to gel them together. And the saddest thing of all is, I don't know what is wrong with Julian Lopetegui. He's unable to get the best of Mohamed Kudus. And many Ghanaians like me are not happy watching Kudus play in a West Ham team that is not progressive, that can defend, and that cannot score goals too. You get me? Switch on your TV on Monday morning and Julian Lopetegui is sacked. I don't expect you to be surprised, because he has everything at his disposal, and he is not getting the best from his team. So, despite the 4-1 scoreline from Manchester City have a lot of midfield problems that they have to solve. And as much as they were able to concede just 1 goal, it's just because West Ham were not clinical. West Ham were not very good enough to punish Manchester City. But Manchester City need to sort out their midfield in this January, because you can see that West Ham were able to play through their midfield through easily. That was why they were susceptible to a lot of counter attacks, and it's something that really worries me, because Manchester City, that we know from the past, do not concede a lot of counter attacks and are able to control and dominate the game from start to the end. But with this game, Manchester City really struggled to put their midfield together. They have a midfield of Mateo Kovacic, Rico Lewis, Bernardo Silva, and then Kevin De Bruyne. It wasn't really something that worked in the first half. Even though Guardiola will be happy with a win, I don't think he'll be happy with the midfield performance from his team today. It's just that Kevin De Bruyne was looking much better today, and you can see Nathan Ake also getting back into the squad is helping the team. And when everybody gets back, I think the team will probably compete. And this is a very good win for Manchester City. One of the players that really surprised me today is Savinho. You know, going into this game, he had just scored 1 goal for Manchester City in about 20 appearances, and he got a lot of haters because people are saying they bought you from Girona to come and play for Manchester City, and you are unable to deliver, and you are unable to give good results. You are not scoring goals, and you are not making assists. And just last week against Leicester at the King Power Stadium, we saw Savinho score his first goal for Manchester City, and today he came in with 2 assists, 2 very good assists for Erling Haaland to score 2 clean goals. And I think that amazing player by all standards, he needs to add up to his goal tally by scoring more goals, helping the team to score. And you know what, he even made Kufal score his own team. I mean, Kufal scored an own goal because of Savinho. That tells you how good he is, a 20-year-old player, and doing this at Manchester City at the highest level. It tells you how good he is. It tells you how strong he could be in the future. And I know that Savinho's haters are going to be real quiet today. But the thing about Savinho too is he hasn't really been a very bad player for Manchester City, as people say. It's just that he's not adding up to the goals. He's just not scoring goals. He's just not adding to the numbers. And now football is all about numbers. It's all about what you have on your list, the number of goals you have, and the number of assists you have. And I'm thinking that once Manchester City are getting their team together, getting their winning streak together, Savinho will probably get his flowers. Savinho will probably be up there for Manchester City. And one thing that people are talking about too is the Savinho-Haaland link up. Savinho gave an assist to Haaland to score, I think, the 3rd goal for Manchester City. And oh my God, what a cross that was! What a goal that was from Erling Haaland! Oh my God, Savinho-Haaland link up. I think the whole of the Premier League should look out to this link up, Erling Haaland and Savinho link up. I think that's going to be really a good link up, and Manchester City are going to rack plenty goals for these guys are going to score more goals for Manchester City. So my final word to Savinho is that just kill your final ball, score your goals, and you're going to be top notch for Manchester City. Let's go on to Pep Guardiola, guys. Pep Guardiola has been suffering. I mean, the whole world now, when we're talking about a coach who's struggling, it's Pep Guardiola. And today he got his guys to win 4-1 at the Etihad. I'm sure by now he's just calm and he's just looking at how his team played. He will not be really happy with the performance, but with the three points, I think he did so well, and the team must really listen to what he has to say and get the team back. Erling Haaland has been in the news recently because people are saying that because he told Mikel Arteta to be humble, he's unable to score goals. And today he scored 2 clinical goals, 2 goals for Manchester City. And anytime Haaland scores goals for Manchester City, you must know that they are going to win the game. And today his 2 goals were really important. This is a clear fact, or a clear statement to the fact that if the team gets their confidence back, if the team gets Haaland in the scoring position and Haaland starts scoring, City will be back to where they deserve, or City can be back to where they are supposed to be on the Premier League log. So guys, Haaland is back, Manchester City is back, and tell people that once City and Haaland are back, they are going on a 19-match unbeaten streak. Manchester City are back again with high confidence, and when you watch this game, you know that they just want to win. It's just because from about 2 or 3 games now, they are performing a bit better than they've been in recent times, and people underestimate what confidence can really do for a team, because this was a game that Manchester City would have lost probably in the last 5 games or 7 games ago, but because West Ham were unable to take their chances, they built on it, had confidence, had a good game and won by 4-1. It is very obvious that performances from Manchester City need to increase, need to improve, need to keep on getting better. But they needed to get this win, and this win will probably help them in building that unbeaten streak, because we all know that we are in January and City will be buying about 3 or 4 players in the transfer window. I've heard that they want to buy Jumaba, they want to buy certain Uzbekistan centre back, they want to buy Omar Mamouche from Frankfurt. They want to build a team again from scratch, and when they get these guys back, I'm sure they will compete. They might not be able to win the Premier League again because Liverpool are on a fiery form. Apart from that, they can really cause problems in the Premier League because they are building their confidence again and they are really on top for goals. This Manchester City's form is a bit worrying because we are used to watching Manchester City dominate games, win games, score a lot of goals and make sure the opponent gets close to 0. But for this one, it was still unconvincing. It was just like the Nottingham Forest 3-0 victory. That was unconvincing. But I think that City will probably come back together, build their team again, and be back on level form with the Liverpools and then with the Chelseas.